You may begin your presentation.
Welcome to Fayetteville State University Sewing for Success project presentation. Our team is comprised of myself, Jacqueline Cogdell,
Shaquaya Collins,
Rebecca Sappington,
and Kanaja Tillery. We are
Fayetteville
State
University
Enactus. Our project began in September 2021. We began our process helping young ladies learn employable skills due to them not being able to do so previously, being survivors of domestic violence. As such, we decided that we wanted to use uniforms that were otherwise being discarded by military veterans who were retiring. We are also working in conjunction with Endeavor's Reveille Retreat, as well as Cumberland County Communications Department, Connections of Cumberland County, and Teague's Home for Women.
In Cumberland County, North Carolina, there are over 300 women from the year 2020 to 2021 that suffered from domestic abuse. And these are only the cases that were reported. Of these 300 women, 2 were the only one that actually received job training or placement. Additionally, 3,000 soldiers retire each year from Fort Bragg. Not all, but most of their uniforms end up in landfills because they no longer need them and they no longer want them. We will conduct pre- and post-training interviews to ensure that we are meeting the needs of these women and make necessary changes to our project. By securing the necessary sewing machines, uniforms, partners, and our funding, we will teach these women how to make their own custom products and sell those and make their own income. With this, as they continue to sell products, they will actually earn the money to purchase their own sewing machine, giving them unlimited options to sell their own products, even beyond our program. We will implement this program in shelters throughout the world, empowering women to become micro-entrepreneurs or industrial sewers. Additionally, reducing the effect of pollution. We conducted an environmental analysis to determine the feasibility of our project and to determine the best strategy. We focus on specific factors such as economic, sociocultural, technological, and demographic. We determined that we should sell our products on Etsy based on similar competitor products and the demand for homemade products. Our target market will start in Fayetteville, as that is home to Fort Bragg, the second largest military installation in the United States.
So Sewing for Success will operate in the clothing and accessories industry with a target market specifically to those that are affiliated with the military. This could include family, friends, or consumers that are interested in camouflage clothing. All items will be marketed as handmade using upcycled military uniforms, okay? The woman will produce aprons, baby slings, messenger bags, and laptop sleeves. The prices will vary, but will be determined based on our competitor pricing. We plan to sell these items through Etsy, boutiques, the Post Exchange on Fort Bragg base, and potentially other military towns.
Sewing for Success will compromise with a project manager, a financial manager, a site coordinator, and a website manager. There will be 2 programs that will last a year. We will be lasting 6 months. The first month, the women will be learning how to cut fabric, be able to read patterns, and learning how to sew to produce their sewing machine with the products. It will take up to 6 months to be able to produce 120 units to be able to purchase the sewing machine. This will be giving them unlimited opportunities to be able to supplement their income. The team will require a startup capital of $8,000. We still need funding for $4,600. This financing can be in place with the in a few weeks be able to purchase our products and everything that we need within that time. We will also be able to purchase our products that way, and then be able to get everything with our finances. We will also be able to have our requirement with our sponsored Robinhood, and we'll be able to request funding from Student Affairs.
Our next steps will include establishing an MOU with Endeavor's Reveille Retreat, as well as Teague's Home for Women. We will then begin fundraising and networking in order to help us to meet our goal and be able to begin our project. Also, in doing this, we'll be able to start our program with our first set of women, which will be a total of 6. In this time period, they will learn how to do the sewing and create the products. Then those products will begin to be sold and distributed through local vendors. This project in and of itself is very scalable. It is very easily, it is very easily replicable. In the end, we will then turn over management to our Endeavors network partners, as well as other international distributors. Domestic abuse survivors will become self-sufficient by being able to make their own income. During this 1 year time frame, 12 women and their families will be able to become just that. Also, in doing that, we will be helping to reduce our carbon footprint.
Your presentation time has expired. We will now begin the question and answer.
Great job. Could you just explain the business model? Are you providing sewing machines to the women? And then are you going to help them create their own Etsy stores? I'm just a little unclear on the business model.
Thank you for your question. That's great. So we will be providing the sewing machines, and we will be donating it to that shelter so that we will not be physically responsible for it. We will be paying for it, and the women will specifically work towards paying off that debt to that shelter, and then they will own that. Thank you.
Hi, guys. Great job. I think you made a pretty convincing case. If 2 people out of 300 get jobs through this program, why is becoming a seamstress, I believe is the title, the right thing to train these folks in?
So particularly around the Fort Bragg area, there are a lot of uniforms wasted over time. And seeing that these things are just being discarded instead of being upcycled is something that we see as an opportunity for these people to go out there and be able to provide a living wage for themselves and their family.
And I would like to add on to that. Industrial sewers is a great job opportunity in Fayetteville, North Carolina, especially because we are so close to Fort Bragg. It's a very prosperous job for those located there. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. My question is, who are the competitors that are selling the items that the women are making? You mentioned you're going to be on Etsy. And then also the value that you present and what you are providing, helping the abuse of survivors is so important. How does that become conveyed in either a logo and or mission statement on the items to differentiate them from other items?
Thank you. That's a great question. So first, our advertising. Each product will actually come with a label discussing our story, talking about how this product, purchasing it, is helping a domestic abuse survivor prosper and make money and leave from the shelter or their current situation, lifting them up. So we're focusing right now on the Etsy competitors, and then we'll expand toward more larger competitors. because those are going to be more, because most of the products that the women will make are customizable. So thank you.
Nice job, you guys. How long does it take a seamstress to become proficient before they're actually, pumping out the products and the ability to sell them?
Thank you for your question. As we stated, during the first month, that's when they're going to be learning how to read the patterns, how to do like the basic stitching and such. After the 6-month period of learning and going through making the products, they should be sufficient enough to be able to go ahead and continue doing those things. Thank you.
Hi, guys. I was just wondering, 2 quick questions. The $8,000 that you need for startup costs, what does that cover? And what exactly is your team's role in doing this? Since you said, you're giving those sewing machines out. So what is your team doing? What's your role?
That is a great question. So our role will actually be establishing partnerships between the instructors that will come in and actually teach these women how to sew, and we will also make connections with the shelters. We will be collecting the supplies and sorting the uniforms. We will also be setting up the Etsy shops and managing the marketing, at least in the beginning. And can you say your second question again, please?
The $8,000 in startup costs, what does that cover?
So that starts off with the sewing machines, and it will also cover supplies such as needles and threads and that kind of thing. Thank you.
Thank you, great presentation. Which UN principles were you specifically addressing within your presentation or within your product?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question one more time?
Sorry. Which of the sustainable UN principles were you achieving within your project?
Thank you for your question.
Your question and answer period has expired. Thank you. We'll start with you next
Thank
time.
you to Fayetteville State University. They've got a few minutes left to enter the stage, exit the stage.
That's fine. Come on over, come on over, come on over. Fayetteville State University, you just presented at US Expo. How's it feel?
Well, this is my first year ever being in Enactus, so being able to come out to New York and present and pitch for on behalf of Fayetteville State University, I would say is extraordinary on my part.
Yeah,
And so
that's awesome. How do you guys feel?
A little nervous, if I'm being honest, but excited at the same time. Like, this was a really dope experience.
Yeah. And now you did it.
Right.
I know.
It's done.
The hard part is
It's over with.
done.
Our
You
part
did
is
it.
done. We do.
Yes, and you guys did awesome. So, so what next? Now you're done, right? Like, do you relax? Are you guys gonna go into New York? What are you gonna do?
So we actually have a flight to catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually have a flight to catch sometime today. So we won't get to explore as much as New York as we will hope to.
Right.
But as soon as we land back in North Carolina, it's going to be busy work.
Yeah.
As soon as our feet hit the
We
ground.
graduate in 2 weeks, so
So we're trying to get everything situated.
So, yeah.
That's pretty cool though, to present here and then 2 weeks graduate. It's a big few weeks for you guys.
So it's like a major accomplishment before we graduate, and it's something that we can put under our belt. That hey, we were part of Enactus, we represented our school well, and we just we tough it out, we saw it through.
You should be proud of yourselves. So, what's the Fayetteville State mascot?
Broncos, right?
So, what do you want to say to your family and friends watching here?
we love
We love you, Mama. Shout out to Dr. Glacken.
They did it, Fayetteville State.